What is up, people? Steve Craven with Applying Pressure Podcast. I got to sit down with my man, Jay Rogers. Jay's got a cool story. He's got a cool background when it comes to the insurance side of things, and he's going to put you guys on a whole different level. This is a different way of thinking, and what they're doing right now is a little bit strategic, but it's a lot different than anybody else is doing out there right now. Jay, let's talk a little bit about a background of what you're doing right now.
Yeah, thanks so much. So my name's Jay Rogers. I'm the CEO of Infinio. And what Infinio does is really, we take life insurance and we have allowed the life insurance space and how you use these assets to evolve technologically. So our background, we've been in business for over 20 years. In 2024, we merged with Infinio, who was at the forefront of blockchain and AI technology marrying with life insurance. And we knew this is where this space was going. At the time, we were a traditional financial company. We had our core product, which is the Life Notes Trust, which was at about $500 million in assets under management. All of those assets came from traditional institutional financial institutions, right? So credit unions, banks, healthcare systems, universities, that is what made up the Life Notes Trust. And what I think is important for people to understand is, there was an article written on our company called the securitization frontier. Many assets have been securitized and pooled over the years, but it had not been done with life insurance in this way. And the reason is most people focused on retail life insurance, mom and pop life insurance policies. What we did is we took institutional life insurance policies and we securitized them. We brought them together. We used our own intellectual property and our own kind of twist and flavor on how to go about this to make sure that it was done in a way that would add maximum efficiency to these products. I think that's the key word to think about. Sure. Securitization with an asset so reliable and so stable as life insurance, specifically cash value life insurance products, enables us to add efficiency through securitizing and pooling these instruments, right? The next frontier for us is adding efficiency through blockchain. So we've taken traditional assets, like think an institutionally purchased whole life policy, think 10 million, 20 million, 100 million, right? These are the types of volume that these places are doing, and we've pooled them together. And in doing so, we've been able to add a maximum amount of efficiency. I think the best way to describe it is you take a single $1 million policy that's designed to do one thing, and over 20 years, it may or may not be able to reach that objective because of the performance of the insurance carrier. If you take 100 of that same policy, right, and you pool them together, well, now I have predictability that I've added to the forefront. Now I take 1,000 of those policies. I don't know when one person's gonna die, but I do know when 1 out of 1,000 people are going to die.
Absolutely.
And so that's how pooling works. We've done that off-chain. That's been the securitization process that we've worked through. We are the first of its kind securitization trust of life insurance assets. That's the Life Notes Trust, okay? Now what we're doing is taking all of these assets and moving them on-chain and backing each cash value dollar by LifeCoin, right?
So let's stop for just a second here. Let's go back to when you're talking about taking your typical, we've kind of got into, and you've got into a little bit about what makes you stand out as a company versus every other company. Sure. We all know there's a million life insurance policies, a million life insurance companies out there. You've got into the reason why you're different and the reason what sets you all out above the rest of them. Let's talk about blockchain, but we need to dumb this down. There's a lot of people that don't understand blockchain whatsoever. Let's dumb it down and make them understand why it's important to spin and turn this to the blockchain side of things from your typical insurance side.
Yeah.
Versus what you all are going towards and the why you're going that direction.
Well, I think the important thing is it's really two things, right? First of all, we're not a life insurance company. In fact, we believe all life insurance companies, this is actually a really cool point that I've not touched on yet. In the early 1900s, the Supreme Court deemed life insurance personal property.
Sure.
You get to do with it what you want.
Sure.
You can upload your policy on chain from any major US-based carrier or Canadian carrier, I'm sure, right? And that asset can be put on chain.
Sure.
These real-world assets that are moving on chain. So we're not competing with the mass mutuals. We're adding value to their existing products.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
So if you're a listener out there and you bought small whole life policy from your friend after you graduated college, you can upload that policy on chain in short order and pledge that asset to drive additional yield in very short order. Right now, we're already doing that with institutional assets. And this is what I want your viewers to hear. Institutions own hundreds of millions of dollars in life insurance. They pledge those assets as collateral to be able to take capital and go invest elsewhere.
Sure.
We are going to bring that to retail users. We're already bringing it to institutional users to do it on-chain as well. And why is that important? Because on-chain collateral is a robust, exploding marketplace. Right? We're seeing it with reinsurance. We're seeing it with other RWA, other real-world assets.
Yep.
And we are the leaders in life insurance as a real-world asset class on-chain.
So you're basically backing, within reason, right? You're helping these other mutual companies get to that next level as well.
That will be their choice, right? And the beauty here is whether they want to adopt it or not is up to them. Their existing policies that are out in the wild can be uploaded on chain, whether they like it or not. The question is, and I think we know the answer, and I also think this is a huge part, the comment we made earlier about Larry Fink and Jamie Dimon. We need to view these guys as allies.
Sure.
They should be viewed as allies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they control or oversee more money than anyone.
Yep.
And blockchain will be here to stay. We know that it is going to be, but it will, the speed at which it's adopted will be magnified and accelerated by traditional financial institution adoption.
Sure.
Right? And so MassMutual, New York Life, Guardian, Penn, these companies, many of them have already invested by acquiring Bitcoin on their general accounts.
Sure, absolutely.
But they're going to be leveraging on-chain products. They're going to be issuing on-chain eventually.
So basically, kind of in a sense, what you're saying is you're actually, in a more secure way, backed by a better product than what majority of insurance companies are backed by. I mean, within a sense,
So insurance
correct?
companies are backed by cash.
Correct.
And other value,
Correct.
other assets. We too, I wouldn't say it's better. We're backed by the same paper they're writing. We're just moving it all on chain. So it's not like we're backed by Bitcoin.
So it's just backed by more.
It's backed by a pool of diversified assets.
Sure.
So we don't have just MassMutual paper. We have MassMutual, New York Life, Penn Mutual, all of these companies, which is the most secure paper out there.
Absolutely.
Right? But it's a pooled product.
But with that pool, we can both agree that at least when you have, if we took one pool here, one pool here, one pool here, one pool here, if you only dip in this pool, it's only secure for so much. But if you've got multiple pools to dip
That's
from,
diversification.
There's diversification. It
Absolutely.
gives you that security of the back end of letting people know that, hey.
So that what you just described is why the securitization adds efficiency.
Correct.
Right? I believe blockchain adds another layer of efficiency. It adds transparency into securitization.
Sure, absolutely.
How deep do you want me to go on this? Because I can go pretty darn deep. It's up to you.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we get into that, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Going back, right? We're going to go back. 15 years old.
Yep.
What was your ideal dream job? You're
Man,
so
my
passionate
ideal dream
about
job
this,
at
so-
15 was to be the point guard for the Boston Celtics. So that didn't work out. But I honestly I'll tell you where I really realized it. I had an internship at Boston College, which is where I went to school.
Sure.
And I was behind a desk all day for the whole summer. That enabled me to buy an engagement ring, and I proposed in November of my senior year of college. Other than that, that's the only good thing I got out of it. I hated being behind a desk. I wanted to be talking to people, and I wanted to be innovating.
Sure.
And that's what we decided to do, right?
Absolutely.
Being in life insurance, it wasn't, my dream. It was the fastest way for me to be able to own my own business immediately.
Absolutely.
To not have to go to business school, to not have to get more degrees and spend more money on education,
Fair.
to get in immediately.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And so we innovated, frankly, beautifully over the course of 2010 to 2014 when we merged with Infinio. It started small, traditional retail product, then traditional institutional product, then launching our own product in the Life Notes Trust. And now in LifeCoin, launching our own product on chain, right?
Sure.
And people hear stablecoin, it's a hot word now, right? We're trying to understand what's coming with the Clarity Act. That's all very important for real world assets and life insurance on chain.
Sure. So we've talked a little bit about what you got going on. We've talked a little bit about how you're back and what separates your company, the whole 9 yards. What is next? Let's talk about where you're going, the direction you're going. What is next?
Yeah, for us, I think the key term I want your viewers to walk away with is we are unlocking blue chip digital collateral.
Okay.
We have already unlocked blue chip collateral through our securitization process on off-chain. By bringing these assets on-chain, I think the most important thing that as we move blockchain forward and as the real-world asset world evolves is having the right assets backing these coins.
Sure.
You understand?
Yep.
Because we saw in 2021 and 2022 a lot of BS, a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Yes, it was.
And the reason that Jamie Dimon and Larry Fink and all of these heavy hitters are getting on board, right? Eric Trump spoke at this last year, right? In Miami,
Yep.
right? The reason that this stuff is evolving is because of the quality of collateral that's backing these assets.
Yep.
There is no safer, more secure asset than life insurance to back these assets. And having LifeCoin backed dollar for dollar by cash value dollars inside the policies of mutual carriers is as secure as you can get.
Absolutely.
Right? And so that's the differentiator. That's why what we're doing is so beautiful.
Yep. So we've talked a lot about what you got going. This is the direction we're going. This is what you're looking to get out of it. Where can people reach out to you, or where can people find you?
Can I clarify one more thing? I think it's really important.
Yeah.
I think that what's really important is to differentiate Life Notes and LifeCoin from the life settlement industry. The life settlement industry is out there looking for people who want to sell their life insurance policy
Sure.
to get out of it and have money while they're the rest of their life.
Right.
It can at times be a bit predatory. There's a reason why life insurance carriers don't like life settlements. The Life Notes Trust and LifeCoin are the opposite of a life settlement. You own your policy. You are assigning your policy and pledging your policy
Sure.
to unlock additional yield. And you're renting out your collateral to be able to unlock additional yield and flow that through to your bottom line.
Yep.
You're enabled to do what the big banks have done for decades through LifeCoin and through using the on-chain mechanism of securitization, on-chain backed assets, and the real-world asset of life insurance backed by the LifeCoin product. That's what's important. It's a major differentiation. I do believe eventually we'll see life settlements on-chain. That's fine. But what I want to make sure is clear is you own your product, and you will continue to own your product. And you're going to rent out your product much like somebody rents out a home or an apartment. But your asset is your life insurance product. That's what real-world assets on-chain are unlocking. And so that's incredibly important for people to understand.
Absolutely. So moving forward, there's going to be a lot of questions. Right?
Yeah.
We have a ton of people that I'm sure that's going to see this. You're going to be able to offer this to a ton of people as well. How can people find you on social media?
Absolutely. So my name is Jay Rogers. That's Rogers. My email is jay.rogers@infinio.ai. I'm on LinkedIn as Jay Rogers, as the CEO of Infinio. I'm on X at JJRogers2, the number 2. And that's because I'm James John Rogers II is my legal name. And so we're excited. Please reach out. We're happy to talk with you, happy to explain more. We're excited about what we're doing currently in an institutional level, and we're excited about what this is going to do at a retail base across the marketplace.
I need you to do one more thing. I want you to look in that mirror, and you're talking to a 15-year-old that wishes he was in your shoes or wants to be in your shoes one day. Give him a piece of advice.
Oh man, right now, the piece of advice, if you're 15 years old and you're looking to get into this world and build your own thing and be your own boss, be an entrepreneur and innovate, is your best friend needs to be AI. You need to learn to use AI. You need to communicate with AI on a daily basis. Every world that you currently touch, if you're 15, that means you're in high school, you're going into college in 3 years, maybe not. I don't know what college is going to look like in 3 years, right? I saw an announcement the other day that the government is requiring federal grants to go to universities, that they're going to have to show that for that major, having a major from that university leads to a higher income out of college than it would if you didn't have that degree.
Yeah.
That's going to explode that space,
Yep.
right? And good, right? You're innovating by using AI. Do you need college? Do you not? Use AI, communicate with it, ask
Yep.
it questions throughout. That's what you need to be doing right now.
And then last but not least, I need 3 just simple, quick things of what you liked about this interview.
First of all, I like my man's Southern accent. That's number one.
Thank you.
Right? The second thing is just the ability to speak openly about what we're doing. Speaking about talking about the marriage of the traditional financial world and its cumbersome compliance with blockchain and where that's going is huge. I think thirdly, what you just asked me, talking to kids out there, being able to advise them, give them input. The question is, do children, young kids, teenagers, college kids have the humility to learn from the mistakes of other people?
Absolutely.
Right? To be able to adopt what people have seen while also innovating from the spot you're in. Because you know things that I don't, because you've grown up in an era that I didn't grow up in. Right? Talk with AI, marry those worlds, and get after it.
Absolutely. Jay, thank you, my friend. It's a
Absolutely,
pleasure talking
man.
to you.
It was
I'm
great
Steve
talking to
Applying
you.
Pressure.
Thanks.
I appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.